Q7b. The function is defined by this. Find the value of the y coordinate of the stationary point. So there's your trigger, stationary point. You should be thinking dy by dx, or f dash of x in this case, is 0 for a stationary point. Given your answer in this form, and again when it's got trig functions and it's got roots and things, you should be thinking of drawing a triangle. Okay, so let's do it. So I have from the question that f of x is 2 tan x minus 3 sec x. Okay, I'm going to differentiate it because stationary point implies that my f dash of x is 0. So the first thing I'm going to do is differentiate it. When I differentiate tan, I get sec squared, that's in the formula book, and when I differentiate sec, I've just done it in part A, I get sec x tan x. Don't forget your 3. And let's put this equal to 0 because we want when it's stationary. Okay, so there's a sec x in both terms, so let's factorise out our sec x. So for this to be 0, either this is 0 or this is 0. So if sec x is 0, then I get that 1 over cos is 0, and if I reciprocate both sides, I get that cos x is 1 over 0, which is a singularity, it's like infinity, so that's no solutions there. If I do this bit then, I've got 2 sec x minus 3 tan x equaling 0. So I've got 2 sec x equals 3 tan x. So 2 over cos equals 3 sin x over cos x. Yeah. Just splitting it into coses and sines there. Now I know that cos x has no solutions. I'm going to multiply through by cos x, and that gets rid of that cos x on the bottom of the denominators there. So I get 2 equals 3 sin x. So then sin x equals 2 over 3. Okay, so now, because the question is asking for things in third form, I'm now going to start drawing a triangle to find my other trig functions. So, back to GCSE maths. If I let this one be x, then sin x is opposite over hypotenuse, so this is the opposite, this is 2, this is your hypotenuse, this must be 3. So the other one is 3 squared minus 2 squared, square rooted. So I've got 9 minus 4 rooted, so this one here is root 5. So then my other trig functions, cos x is adjacent over hype, so root 5 over 3, and tan x is opposite over adjacent, so that's 2 over root 5. Now the question is asking me for the y coordinate, so to get the y coordinate I need to go back to this. I don't need to work out what x is, I just know that these 3 things here are true at the stationary point, so I'm just going to use these facts rather than figuring out what the x actually is. I'm just going to use that these 3 facts are true at the stationary point and put them into this function here. So f of x, this is going to find the y coordinate, is 2 tan x minus 3 sec x, which is 2 tan x minus 3, excuse me that, it's my little boy shutting the door, minus 3 over cos x. Now tan x is 2 over root 5. Don't forget this 2 here. So 2 times 2 over root 5. And cos x is root 5 over 3. Okay, so just simplifying this first. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, we're okay simplifying this. 3 divided by this is the same as 3 multiplied by its reciprocal. So 3 times 3 is 9 over root 5, which is minus 5 over root 5. However, the question doesn't ask for that. It asks for it in the form p root 5. Okay, so we need to now rationalise this denominator. Okay, so if I times numerator and denominator by root 5, I get that, which gives me root 5 times root 5 is 5, and they cancel. So I've got minus 1 over root 5. So p is minus 1 and q is root 5. Done.